All right. So we are. You mightn't have been able to see very well, but the beginning of that video was actually Mark Ruffalo, the actor, who was beaming live from a movie set where he's recording the next Avengers. Is that right? Did I just okay? And he sent it to us like last night, just to say how inspired he is to be weaving into the Uplift community and launching this work with us around the world. So that was Mark Ruffalo. And now we're just delighted to be gathered here with Scott Smith and Colton Chase. So Scott, one of the chief scientists of the water defense, and Colton Chase with the Herbert W. Hoover Foundation. Good evening, good morning. Where the heck are you guys?
Well, we're in Miami right now, so good evening.
Yeah, it's 9:30 at night, and it's nice. It's been beautiful. How you guys doing this afternoon? Good.
So you guys are larger than life here, and you're sharing beautiful company with an incredible gathering of people who are so deeply aligned with the mission that you're on. And it would be a delight to hear a little bit about what's brought you to this mission of water defense and where it's leading us. What's the next steps?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that we're so honored to be here, and the whole theme of Uplift and We Are One, bringing together. I don't think many people throughout the world may not know this, but Colton's grandfather, Herbert W. Hoover, Jr. actually set the vision with what he did in Biscayne National Park. And what he did is he took action. He took action, and he protected and set the stage to create a national park to this day that has preserved a very important ecosystem of Florida. And there is great hope by bringing people together. And I just want to say, Colton, on behalf of Water Defense, Mark Ruffalo, the founder, John Pratt, the executive director, and myself, we couldn't be more honored. And your grandfather has to be looking down tonight, and so proud of you, because we don't have enough time tonight, but I am fascinated with the story of Colton's grandfather, because that's where in today's society with all Facebook and everything is great, but we need to go back to what Colton's grandfather in the vision of taking action in the communities. And I want to tell you what Colton did today. We've got a contaminated site here in the Miami, and Colton already dove in the water today and faced, they have a python problem and crocodiles, and we took a water sample. So Colton is already carrying on this legacy of his grandfather of having a vision, and we couldn't, in water defense and the whole Uplift theme, we couldn't be more honored and proud to be partnering with everyone at Uplift and the Herbert W. Hoover Foundation.
Well, thank you so much.
Beautiful.
And I think my grandfather would be proud to be working with you guys. Everything that he always said was find the science and teach people what's going on in the world and give them the real information, and they will do the right thing with that. And I think that's what Water Defense is doing, and that's what we want to partner with you guys with, and we're happy to be showing it to Uplift and to show it to all of you guys, because with this information, if it just stays in this ivory towers of science, nothing ever gets done with it. You guys are the ones who will help get something done, and we need to make sure that you guys have the right information.
Beautiful, beautiful. There's a great saying which says awareness is curative. You know, that when we're aware of something, when we know about it, then we can actually do something about it. And talk to us just a little bit. We heard a glimpse in the video, but would love to hear just a little bit more about what the actual initiative is, how it actually works, and this global map that you're building of water contamination.
Yeah, Colton will talk about the map.
So I guess what our vision is really is we've been looking to find a way to easily and quickly and cheaply test water samples from around the world and give people a way where they can go on, and this portal where people can go on and find out how the health of their water system is doing. It's important for us, we believe, that people need to know, is it safe to swim in the water? Is it safe to fish in the water? Is it safe to have your kids in the water? And what Water Defense has is a great technology that will be able to be deployed all over the world and cheaply test the water and then know what's in it. And I think we're not sure exactly how the map will work yet. We're working on it, and we have some pilots running, and we're trying to figure out what exactly it's going to be like. But the important thing is that what we have is we have the science that's going to tell us what's in the water, and then how we get it to the people in a simple, easily understandable way. That's the most important. We need to make sure that the science gets out there, and I think this Water Defense water quality indicator is a great tool that we need to talk about so that you need to tell us what it does so that people understand how quickly, how fast, how effectively, and how cheap it is to test the water so that we really could have a global network of water testing sites that everyone knows how the water quality is all over the world. And I think that's something that we need to have.
Well, talk a little bit about the technology. What this is at Water Defense, it is open source technology. It's available to the world. And we hope we empower everyone at UPLIFT to go home and start deploying this open source technology to know exactly what's in their water. And as you know, I'm the chief scientist of Water Defense. I've been literally in every disaster since BP, over 50. And we've been over 50 disasters. And we have all this data of being able to diagnose and find the contamination in the water. And that's what offers hope. If we diagnose the problem, we then solve it. And then we are able to help restore communities. And we go into the communities with, literally hours after disaster. We'll go where no one else will go, and we will find out what's in the water. And said it very simply, a fish doesn't live in the water for a split second. A human being, a child, doesn't swim in the water for a split second. And we have a little 1-minute demonstration here. So if this, hope you can see this. If this is water site, so these paper clips represent contaminants, and they get dumped in the water. And as you can see, these paper clips go to the bottom. And what happens in a typical disaster, there may be contaminants on the surface, but the conventional testing that's used now, they take a water sample from the surface. So right now, if Colton's going to go swimming in the water to take his kids in, and he's relying on a water sample, that's going to come back at non-detect. And with our open source, with our technology at Water Defense, the water column here, life in the water column is beneath the surface above the bottom. So what we do at Water Defense is we deploy our open source testers in the water column. And at the molecular level, these paper clips are the contamination. So our technology repels clear water. And it like a magnet, it attracts the contaminants. So I just did this with my hand on the surface. Now you see it right here. The contaminants not only are detected, they're removed from the entire water column. And that's what the paper clips represent.
I think that's one of the extra things that's amazing about this is not only is it telling us what's in the water, but it's also cleaning up the water as it tells us what's going on. And I think that's something that really no other water testing device does, and it's really incredible.
Beautiful, beautiful. And yeah. And what's so inspiring to hear about this too is that you, as you're saying, Scott, you've had this information and you've been to 50 sites and you've done all these things, but that's not normally available to the public. But out here in this community and in other communities are people that have solutions, that have technology and have understandings, but don't know where to deploy it. So the gift of a space like UPLIFT is we can have the problem and the solution dancing together in one space until it creates a totally new reality. So awesome.
Yeah, and I can't say this enough, and really the model example is like Colton's grandfather. He fought for his vision and took action in the community. And he brought people together to make a difference. That's why when there is contamination, there is going to be contamination. And like we said in the video, it's no one individual, it's no one corporation, it's no one government. It's all of our problem to solve. We want to bring people together. And no one needs to fear what's in the water, because we need to, once we find out what's in the water, we can work together to remove it. And that's how we're going to all come together, unify, and make this world a much better place.
Beautiful. And just from a real tactical point of view, this technology, is this something that people can access as an individual? Can I get my own water testing kit for my family, or how does it work? How do people access it, and how will it roll out?
They'll be able to contact Water Defense. They can contact Water Defense now. We're in the process of formalizing that program and setting up the infrastructure to be able to rapidly deliver and make that available to the world at very cost-effective prices.
I think one of the things that the foundation is really looking to do is to kind of support this notion that the citizen scientist can go out and get samples. And with the foam, you don't have to mess with, what are the traditional water testing methods are very difficult to do, and you get a lot of issues.
You have to carry acid with you. Mm-hmm. You can't have headspace, and you'll get a non-detect.
So what we envision with this map is that you'll be able to log on and see all of the areas that we've already mapped out. And then if, say, your city or your lake hasn't been tested, we want you to be able to go on and log in and get some of this stuff sent to you. And then you'll send it back to us. We'll do the testing. And then we'll populate the map with everyone's help. That's what we can't go test the world's water by ourselves. We don't have enough. There are not enough hours in the day. I'm sure Scott would love to be on a plane more than he already is, but we have to have everyone's help, and I think that's the most important thing. So long as we can get everybody together, and because it's so easy, we can, and that's what we're really looking to do. And I think that's the visionary part about the map, is we have this great technology that already exists, and you're deploying it everywhere, but the map will be a way that people can find out what's in their own water in an easy way and really hopefully make a change and put pressure on the people who make decisions and keep the water clean.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. Awesome. And what an amazing collaborative project for us all to be able to find the areas and the waterways in our area and to be part of populating this global map together. Really great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I know, so in the coming months, there's going to be more of this coming out through UPLIFT Connect to share with the world how our partnership develops, and also in partnership with Unify, we're launching the annual World Water Day that will be happening on March 22nd around the world. Is an extraordinary opportunity to bring awareness of our planet's sacred waterways and bring people's intentions for cleaning those and healing those waters together, all in a very powerful synchronized time. So really interesting to consider how powerfully we can weave the science with the spiritual, the very visionary with the tactical, and work together to create a world that is whole and harmonious and healthy for all.
And we're very excited about World Water Day, and Colton and I are working on some very, very big announcements. It's too soon to talk about it, but World Water Day is going to be here fast enough, and we hope to really empower the world even more, tens of millions of people with open source technology, and we want to give everyone the power to know what's in their water and take action community by community.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining us, for beaming here all the way across the planet. You guys are just about as far away as you could be, but you're right here, gigantic in this hall, and we just love you and are so grateful for the work you're doing, and look forward to having you here live next year, and with a massive map of the thriving health of our planet's water coming back.
That would be great. Love to see you there. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Scott and Colton, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Let's give a big round of applause all the way to Miami's Scott Smith and Colton Chase, Water Defense, and the Herbert Hoover Foundation.